If you blink, you just might miss Valetine, Texas. An agricultural afterthought situated along Highway 90 in West Texas, where people live off the land, harvesting and harnessing nature. But around dawn on August 16, 1931, this sleepy town was rocking.
They say they heard something coming.
Kind of like the freight trains that roar through here today.
It happened in...
He was only 10 at the time, but 68 years later, Stanley Segura remembers when the big one hit.
And I see a lot of people in long johns out there hollering and talking and saying that this is the end of the world and, you know, things like that.
For some, it sort of was the end. A 6.0 earthquake here, which still ranks as the largest in Texas history, had so severely crippled the town schoolhouse that even today it can only stand with the support of concrete crutches. More than 100 homes fared even worse. They were shaken to their foundations.
They cracked. Some of them still cracked.
This crack in the ground, which used to run about 10 feet deep, is yet another reminder of the big earthquake they had here in Valetine. But this isn't the only place in Texas where the earth has opened up. The Balcones Fault Zone, now considered dormant, separates the hill country from the coastal plains. The underground rock formation violently tore apart long ago and now sits broken just underneath San Antonio. Question is, will it slide again?
You know, as a scientist, you never say never.
A tremor as strong as the one that shook Valetine, Texas, would be devastating to San Antonio.
And if you had a magnitude 6, you'd have buildings falling over, you might have trouble with some freeways. It could be very serious.
But there's really no need to worry, seismologists say, because the Balcones Fault is practically stress-free.
This fault hasn't moved for tens of millions of years.
In fact, you could say that Central Texas is getting a big break from the Balcones Fault.
It's the interaction of those faults with those Edwards limestones, which have been responsible for making the Edwards Aquifer.
In other words, the big cracks underground help capture San Antonio's primary source of drinking water.
It's proved to be a good thing for us.
And scientists expect it to continue that way. If seismic history is any indicator, they say, the threat of earthquakes down the road is remote. Unless, of course, that road happens to run near Valetine, Texas.
The ground shakes every now and then. I like saying it's going to be a big one sometime, so we're waiting.
Jason Wheeler, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.